wonderful day. Hope you're having a blessed day. When the kinks done, you want to feel blessed and all of that love. I'll get started shortly. I am your host, Laverne, and today we are talking about raising Kanon, our book, the third book, Sleeping Dogs. So we're about to get started. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and anything else. We're about to get started right away. What's like I said, I'm Laverne, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And today we are talking about Raising Kanon, Book 3, Episode 3 of Season 2. I don't know why I said that again. But Sleeping Dogs, we don't have to get into it. We're going to get right into the show. Hope everybody having a good day. And right now, we start off the episode quickly with seeing the kinks in the armor of Rock, right? She's losing focus trying to expand so far and wide. And we thought we saw throughout the whole entire episode that her expansion, her ambition, everybody was looking at it. Everybody started seeing kinks. Them lies wasn't as strong as they were in the first season. Everything wasn't as good. You know what I'm saying? Everything wasn't as built solid. You see the focus, the kinks and the cracks of the team around her. Not only her lies and everything else is starting to get caught up. We started seeing all that. And people started noticing. From family and enemies. Everybody started seeing them kinks. The armor ain't as strong as it was, as we thought it was. We can get to you. And that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes we think we got it all figured out. We trying to expand. We trying to do all this. And is she expanding too fast? The question of the episode, let me know in the comments. Let me know. Do you believe she's expanding too fast? And are there kinks in armor? Do you see? Because I saw a lot of kinks this episode. From all the way from last episode, from Scrap, all the way throughout this whole episode. People starting to see it's a little weird. It's a little shaky ground you on, Rock. A little shaky ground you on. We got to see right there. We also see what we've been waiting for in this episode. We saw it. We're gonna go in detail a little later, but we saw Howard and Kanon. They finally met. They finally laid eyes on each other. And they finally had not one but two conversations. We waited how many? 5, 6 episodes for this to come. This the third episode this season. We were like episode 7 or 6 last season. We waited for this meeting. It was a big episode. So we finally have that. And how it led to even some more kinks and all. But now people figuring out Rock. Well, Howard kind of always knew Rock. So it wasn't as effective as always usually are. We're going to go over that in a minute. We also see Melvin hanging he's dealing with his anger management. Hey, a pretty face can always make you less angry. I ain't against that. I ain't against a pretty face making you less angry. Hey, woo-sa, my brother, woo-sa. We also see Lou. The music starting to sound better. He getting a little more focused. He getting a little more in there. He's like I said, those two kinks in the armor. One is less angry and got that in him, and the other one is focused on the music and got all the P's and Q's like you normally do. And that's one strong background for Rock, right? You got the anger man, the angry dude who take care of business. You got my boy Lou who makes sure all the wires are crossed right. And they ain't quite on their game either. Shout out to my boy BMT. We talking a little bit about power today. Shout out to him. If y'all want to talk about anything in the chat, let us know. Like and subscribe. We do TV show. Like I said, we do House of Dragon later on today. If y'all into that. If you're not, cool. We do this every Sunday at about 8 Eastern. So we also see problem with Burke. Burke trying to get into some people's business. The stereotypical white lady thing that they do on TV tropes. They try to get in your business. We see that going on. Another things we going out through this episode. We saw Laverne making a move on her mom. We see Crown making this move on his business. He want it back. but he gotta get Lou out the way so he can handle what he gotta do. But he's still looking out. So I got questions. So another question of the day is, again, is Rock expanding too fast? And also, is Lou wrong? Is Lou wrong for chasing his passion but kind of letting family down? He not really, but he not as focused as they need him to be. But should family make you focus all on their business, or should they try to support your business while you still trying to help with the family? I think it's a very fine dynamic. I think nobody want to cross it yet that we got to talk about in this episode. And of course, Unique is back. What he's going to do, that was a big part of the show. What does he really want? And that's a big part of the show. First off, we start out with the little homies. They're trying to get those Penthouse magazines. If anybody from the 90s, that era, you know, that was your way. You didn't have the internet like that back then, so you had to go to the magazine place. Juliana sees him. I said Juliana. And she kicks him out, like, get over there. She's so into this show she's watching that she got pulled up on. I think that, again, Rock protects her so well that everybody know that that's Rock. Rock got that protection on her that when somebody desperate and don't care, it's easy to get pulled up on. She's focused on that television because she like, yo, I'm protected. The whole hood know who I'm rocking with. She got by a desperate Unique right now. We quickly see Kanon's going outside. Rock's not home. He sees Howard. You see Kanon's a little nervous in this situation. Howard finally tells Kanon that he's his father. He says he wants to be in his life and he knew, again, kinks and armor, that Rock was going to tell that he's crazy. He expands on it a little more later, but he like, I know she's telling you I'm crazy. I know, Rock, we go way back. She told you I was crazy. That means he knows her well. He knows her well. We see Rock moving, but is she moving too fast? Because she's trying to expand into Jersey. She done left a little bit of South New York. She's expanding to Jersey. It's an open spot. Or else his people ain't nobody really there, so she trying to move into that spot. She said she gonna let Damon run that spot. Marvin, he nervous about it. He like, hey, are we moving too fast? We don't know nobody over there. We ain't set up nothing. We don't know them people over there. It's a new corner. She says business. It is what it is. We see Jukebox. Shout out to Laverne, the actress that plays Laverne. That's her singing too. Amazing. She even got Crown, who he always critiques, didn't have a single critique of anything she was doing, whether it's divorce or anything. But he had to bring in the critique of the look, right? He don't like the look. You see, you gotta have that look of a person. You sing in the song that make you wanna be with you. But now look at you like somebody new edition. I'm like, that's facts. That's facts. I'm like, but again, now we having this dilemma where we trying to see what Jukebox got to figure out. Is she in this music industry? Because what Crown's saying, even Lou agrees with. Even though he was trying to, she's a little young, she had to take that over. But he said, I'm being real. You have to give the image as well as the look, especially during this time. This is the 90s. Even though I got a question for y'all right now. Y'all think it was more acceptable now for the look on the 90s? I think 90s were more accepting of looks. Should we have people that they will dispute? They always gonna have that one dispute of Lizzo. Lizzo's beautiful, by the way. I hate all that stuff, but they always have that dispute of Lizzo. But in the 90s, if you could sing, you could sing. They pulled them out of church, they could sing. You know what I'm saying? All the way till like the 2010s. If you could sing, you could sing. They'll put you out there. They might not market you as much, but they'll put you out there. I'm being honest, dog. It's like they picking tokens now. Oh, we're gonna have this token person that can sing to do that, and you gonna be the one that. That's why when we had this conversation, look at Make It Make Sense from yesterday's episode, we had this conversation about Lizzo, and it was like she was the example. Unfortunately, it seemed like she might be the only one they put out. But this was still, it's always been a mindset in the music industry, how you look no matter what. But I think it's even more a mindset now because they're like, we can make anyone famous. Look at Bad Baby. We made an AI and said it's going to be a rapper. It didn't kind of work out because of how they did it, but that's wild. But he mentioned Zisa, like, oh, listen, Zisa is the girl you want to be with. That's why you picked up real quick. It ain't like we knew her. You just saw her, saw she was good, decent at singing and wanted her. And Luke couldn't really argue. We see her run out, and this is the question. We're going to learn. If you know Power, you kind of figured out what she ended up doing. But is she going to play into it a little bit? Well, is she going to play into it a little bit? So I'm interested to see. That's a great storyline besides her storyline with her chasing her mama. Let me see. She teaches. We see Renee. For y'all to know, Renee is the name of Marvin's anger management teacher, basically. She's talking to him about open aggression. She's telling him how you are an openly aggressive person because when somebody says something to you, you have to respond. She throws in some flirts. Like I said, a pretty face will always make you change your mind. So give a good smile. The man might ease up on his anger and might be like, okay, I'm willing to listen to you. Unfortunately, you did give a pretty face and a pretty smile. Like I'm saying, if a dude was to tell Marvin that, hey, do this breathing, he gonna be like, no. She gave him that look, and then he started practicing it. And we kind of see later in the episode that he also started practicing and later on in the elevator scene with the disabled person. Kanon doesn't even know Scrap is dead. He found out from Famous, Rock and Juliana. Rock finds out she's been robbed by Juliana. Both of these situations, again, showing Rock ain't on her game 100%. Because when in the situation with Scrap, he started noticing that she's not telling him everything. She's hiding stuff from him. And that her stories don't make sense. And you can see that throughout the whole episode. That even Kanon is like, yo, you ain't being 100 with me. Because you always 100 with me. The whole first season, you was always 100 with me. Except for that one situation where you didn't tell me. But this is a little different because I know Scrap. You did one for me, but this wasn't even for me. This was for some other reason. So you, without it being for me, what are you doing? And then, like I said, we see Juliana getting robbed. You know, her cousin is the leader of the Colombian mafia that's supplying. It's a little trouble in paradise for Rock. This is what you start seeing in the episode. We see Lou, even in this situation, again, Lou ignores him. He's producing his music. He's getting the music off. He's trying to get that beat right for Zisa. Because she's coming in a minute. We find out she comes in a minute. He's trying to get that beat right. We hear the beat shortly after. We see again Marvin in the room. Now he's starting to flirt. She hits that smile, but she look like she feeling him too. We'll find out in the season if she feeling him. But she like she feeling him too. Do y'all want to see Renee with Marvin? Like, that's just something I just want to know. Do y'all want to see Renee with Marvin, or do y'all prefer like another situation, right? Like, oh, I don't think they're gonna work out. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think she might be. We might have a swerve where he feeling her, but she not really feeling him. Even though she gives that smile just to get him over the anger management, and it might lead him to even more anger, or she might be with him and it leads to less anger. It's an interesting dynamic because we don't absolutely know. We feel like it. I feel like it's going that way, but it could be just a swerve to just make him ruthless toward the end of the season. Because we got what? We got 7 more episodes left. So it's an interesting situation with that. Rock is all over the place. She's looking for Juliana. She's at Juliana's house. She's surfacing. She got the people. She gets in touch with a bunch of people. She's trying to make sure everything is moving because she ain't got the money to pay the Colombian soon. And you don't want to just get the money fronted to him. So she's trying to figure out what is going on, right? We see her at the house. We see Burke with her father. They talking. He said, "You don't ever mistrust your partner ever. If it's a secret," it basically saying, "Stay out of that man's business." That's what her dad saying. Yo, listen, trust your partner. If it hurt you, your partner will never let it hurt you because that's the game. He might not be comfortable telling you something, but you trust your partner regard because that's how it works. In that situation, hey, listen, just because your partner don't tell you everything. And like, I don't care what it is. They don't tell you everything until over time. Like, even if you with your girl for a long time or you with your best friend, they will share when they feel ultra comfortable. But that takes time after a while, right? He's not just finna tell you because y'all new partners, bro. Y'all just like at the beginning of season 1, y'all became partners. Why would Howard tell you everything? Just because you ain't told him everything. You have told Laverne more than you have told Howard. So I don't know what, but she's being nosy. She's doing her thing. We saw her later stalking around his house. You know what I'm saying? She's breaking that trust. And I think they trying to show that too. That's going to lead to problems between her and Howard because she's breaking that trust. And this scene, I think, is to tell her that, hey, listen, you trust your partner. Even with the scene with her and Ava, I think her name, I know it's Adina. Even the scene with her and Adina, she's telling you, listen, he don't tell you everything. He's not going to do it. But I know you, and I want you to know that he's not going to tell you anything. But it's kind of like calm down, even though she gave her a little like hit on the shoulder, like, oh, you're special. You know what I'm saying? You're special. We see, like I said, we see Burke, we see the police come up to Kanon and Famous as they selling his mixtape. Kanon had this brilliant idea of selling his mixtape out a little different. And they were like, the police like, oh, your music must be hot now. Then he laughed at him like, oh, it's not hot. You just tricking these druggies to do this. And then he walk off, not even understanding who it was. Because a lot of these people weren't even really druggies because they had the dude come and get him, right? They had another dude come and give him some money to go get it. So it wasn't looking really druggies, be like, yo, you in the corner selling it? And they try to make fun of him because like, you not really. Because it wasn't selling like crazy. But it was selling, you know what I mean? And Kanon even told Family later on, hey, listen, we can't just keep doing it because they're going to catch on. So, because it's a lot of like, they were just throwing the tapes on the ground. They said, it's a hit right here. That's a little funny line they had. You see people throwing tape all over the floor. You see all that stuff. Then we see Zisa. Like I said, I want to talk about the tape on the floor. They threw it over the floor, littering everywhere. That's why they can't do it too much. I just want to make sure I explain why I said that. We also say Zisa. Zisa can sing. And Cartier told him, hey, listen, this song is amazing. I need a hit. Cartier like that, the big homie in the hood that just like, he don't play about his money, his time. So he want a bigger hit for her. Even though he claimed he been nurturing her from youth, but he just that manager that just be lying and hustling. Cause ain't no way you wouldn't have had some type of deal with Crown or, you know, I don't know if he knew Crown, but he knew people. Cause Cartier Fareed ain't that dude who don't know people. So he want a bigger hit, but Zisa, she like the song. Yeah, he in a little flirt with Lou. Hey, listen, a pretty face can make you unfocused on family too. I'm just saying, keep your mind straight. You also see Crown starting to notice that he getting tired of it, but we've been seeing that all season. Then you see Rock come in. She like, where you been? I've been calling you. And then all of a sudden Cartier start flirting with her. He starts telling poetry from Shakespeare. Start doing all kind of poems and stuff like that to her. Tell her that we gonna meet. They hinting at Cartier and Rock something, and she might use Cartier to deal with Howard in a way. We'll see, right? We'll see. I think that might be something. She can use Cartier. Cartier is very influenced. Rock, he never heard of Rock. He heard of Lou a little bit, but he never heard of Rock because she ain't really out in the street. He probably heard of her, but he ain't never seen her. Compared to he see Lou out doing the work all the time. So he probably just the first time seeing her. We see Crown noticing that they argue as Rock tells Lou the situation, tells her, hey, I'm the only reason you got this. The money I pulled for you got this place for you. So I need you to do work. Crown hears this. He's setting up a plan now. She's the boss. She's running it. If I can get her to get him out the way, I could do my own thing. Basically, gonna do an investment. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do an investment right now. Even though I might lose mine, but I might get mine back. Cause for him, it's not about the ownership per se. It's about being able to do what he want to do and getting bread doing it. Cause Crown seemed more of a, even while he's being run by Lou, it seems he's more frustrated by not by the money, but by the fact he can't do his thing, because every time he like, hey, we need this and we need this, Lou like, nah, sound fine. No, she doing this. No, you doing that. No, you doing that. Because we saw later, even in the episode, we saw later with him, he's looking out for Famous. He still dap up Kanon. He's looking out for Laverne, even though she don't want to do it. He like, hey, listen, I'm about to passion this music. I know everything about music. My pride and ego is knowing stuff about music. Not necessarily money, even though I'm pretty sure you love money, but it's about knowing the music. So he tells her, this how this work, this how this work. And then when I get people on, which was probably the reason he might be an antagonist, because a slight antagonist. I don't think he's a full-on antagonist. I don't think he's going after Kanon and Famous and Laverne and Lou. I think he's just trying to hit antagonist for Lou to get out the picture. So they, like I said, that's why they list him as an antagonist. We see Marvin. She met this disabled man that we met earlier in the episode with Kanon. The disabled guy's, he's in there, and he's upset that the place ain't quite run well, right? The place ain't ran well at all. It's not a well-oiled machine. It's not a good place to just be, because the druggies are everywhere. They even mentioned Unique. Unique didn't have it this bad. I don't know what's going on here. They even made that mention earlier. And they don't care. Rock and Marvin and Lou, they don't care. They just let anything go. You can't get on the elevator for 45 minutes. So the guy in the wheelchair is not scared of Marvin at all. Yeah, listen, I got shot 7 times. I ain't scared of nothing. Blah, blah, blah. He talking that talk. Marvin he does the breathing technique. He does it. I think Marvin gonna end up punching that dude in the wheelchair. Let me know what y'all think. Like and subscribe, by the way. Hit that notification bell, all that stuff. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I appreciate y'all. But I think he's gonna end up punching dude. I really do. I think he's just gonna end up hitting him after him and Renee don't work out. I could be wrong. That's just what I'm thinking right now. Howard finds his prostitutes. That's the next scene. Howard goes into his prostitutes. Burke is watching him. Like I said, he got his prostitute. Burke's watching. They check Roel. They like, hey, bro, your cousin Unique, we think he robbed. He like, man, Unique ain't stupid. He ain't gonna lose his life for this. I ain't talked to him. He did it. He talked his talk. He defended his boy. This might lead over, and Rock said your life depended on it. I'm like, okay, she leading some people back to Unique. We saw a little hint of them, so I'm gonna ask y'all at the end of the episode, is she leading people back to Unique while Unique just patiently wait his time? Because I don't think he's gonna do it quick. I think he gonna chill. Then episode 10 is when he jumped back in. But we're gonna talk about that toward the end of the episode. We see Rock is lying to Kanon again. He asked about Scrap. She like, oh, I forgot to tell you. Like, we've been here. She started looking at her crazy. Like, Scrap wasn't the type of person to do that. Like, Scrap been through a lot. I don't think he's the type to just commit that to himself, right? He's not that type of dude. So why is he doing that? Why would he do that? And why wouldn't you tell me when it happened? Because you should be sad about it. It's like you didn't care. And he started noticing inconsistencies in her story, because when he asked about Howard, she said what he said she was going to say. And then, like, he told me this, and this. But Kanon looked and said, he didn't tell me nothing but the first thing. It sounds off that you just say he going to say all these crazy things, but he only said one thing. And it seemed like he don't seem like just some crazy dude. And then she started saying he used to always be like that. Then that he gave, I don't know if y'all noticed, he gave a little look when she said always, like he always been like that. Again, the lie gets a little kinky because she's so focused on everything else. She said he always been like that. He looked up a little bit. That's a good scene, by the way. Shout out to the actors and everybody in that scene for setting it up. It's like leading to something. They get in the car after searching through the streets for Juliana. Marvin gets in the car, listens to a song, and like, is that you? But she's good. And Lou said, man, she always been good. Then he asked, did she talk about him? Because she ain't talked to him since the incident when he almost choked out because his anger. A lot of callbacks in this episode. His anger, instead of breathing through, instead of understanding and breathing through, he got angry and choked her. Because his aggression is out. His outward aggression. So I think he's gonna use that to get close to his daughter again. Like, yo, I'm in anger management. This woman Renee, she telling me about these breathing techniques. She telling me I got this problem and this and this. I'm sorry and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think that's gonna be the way he get back with his daughter, right? We see Cram beating Rock. Again, I need you got kinks in your armor. I give you my end of the studio. And you can get Lou, you can push Lou out. You own it, you get the money, you can put your stash there, you can do all of that. But cause Lou is in my way of me doing what I like to do. So, and he in your way cause he ain't focused as he always been in season 1. Cause he's so occupied with producing and stuff, he ain't on the street making sure all the T's and Q's are set up from A to Z. Everything is straight like he is. Cause Lou was the dude that was always dependable. So you trying to get Lou kicked out. And you can put your stash there because your stash is in the damn place. Unique know, and I'm pretty sure once Unique know, everybody gonna know, right? So he got a plan. Rock listen, but she busy right now, but she gonna consider it. She looks at him like, listen, I can't deal with you right now. It is what it is. We see Unique hit up Royale, and Royale calls Rock, Lou, and them, and they say, hey, listen, Unique want to meet with you. They set up the meeting. Guns come out. They have all you see a scene with the 3 family members like in a glare with Marvin like on this side, Lou on this side. It's like a glare that transitions to a church, which I thought was a dope scene. It's a nice scene. And then when Laverne is there searching for the truth about her mama, she's been stalking her mom for 2 days. She ain't got no kids. We learned that she's been married twice, but like she still has no kids. So Laverne is the only child, which I think that might be a mid-season finale situation. But we might get it quicker. We gotta see what all they gotta go through. They talking to Unique still. Unique said he's retired now. He said he's retired. He's done. He just wanted peace for him and his family, his kid, his son, his wife, his mom, his mom-in-law, all them. He just want peace. He'll give you whatever. He gives Rock the gun. He gets patted down. She put the gun in the back of his head and say, hey, listen, where's my money? And that's how, and that's the ending of that scene. Then we had a scene when Howard confirms. That's actually the end scene, but we got a scene right before where Howard confirms everything that Rock was telling Kanon. And then said, I remember you shot me. But I'm going to take that bullet. But I took that bullet. And I'm going to take this other bullet. So that's what fathers do for their son. I'm not going to let you go down for me. I'm going to protect you because that's what fathers do. Because the whole time Rock telling him he don't remember. Again, another kink. She didn't consider that he would actually say he remember. She thought he was going to always be scared to say it. But overall, I thought this was a really good episode. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was a good time. We got a lot of storyline out of this episode. We learned a lot about them. You got them sleeping dogs. They lay. You want to leave them laying. And Unique, Renee, Zisa, all these people. We lost we lost Juliana, right? Not Juliana. Juliana's and she's going back with Rock now. She saved her. But we lost. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of sleeping all the line. You see Marvin, you see Lou. They all got these other interests in the armor and rock is falling, and she's moving fast, even though it's all falling. Her line's not straight. Nothing good. Let me know how you feel about this episode. Let me know how you think the season gonna go. Tell me, do you agree with my thoughts? Is Rock moving too fast? Is they gonna end up biting her back and bringing Unique back? My theory is that Unique is gonna come back in season. He gonna go away. Or she's gonna shoot him, and Warrell gonna take over, and he's gonna start leading because she's not covering all her bases, and everybody distracted. And once she try to take away them distractions, they gonna be not as strong. Just like she tried to take away them distractions in the first season, and they kind of started getting distracted because they not quite as caring as much. So let me know y'all thoughts. What else y'all think gonna happen in this season? How do you think Unique gonna be dealt with? How do you think all these situations will happen? Let me know. Comment below. Like and subscribe. Do all that stuff. Hit that notification bell. We'll be back next Sunday, same time, 8 Eastern, to talk about that. And tonight we'll be back for House of Dragons tomorrow. Shout out to the boys at Locker Room Talk. I think they on here. Tuesday, Man Cave will be out tomorrow, so be on the watch for Man Cave. It does come out tomorrow. We talking about learn to settle, not in the way you think, but learn how to settle regardless. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, like and subscribe, that notification bell, and we are out.